Now in the show we have a look at Dunedin Hospital's dialysis unit.
So my name's Blair Donkin and I'm the Acting Associate Charge Nurse Manager for the Dialysis Unit for the Southern DHB, which obviously covers from North Otago right down to Stewart Island if we need to, and through to Central Otago. So we have approximately 94 to 95 patients on home dialysis, and at any one time there would be 5 or 6 training and then a number of other patients here for various reasons. But our philosophy is home dialysis, whether that's peritoneal or hemodialysis. So dialysis is what we call a form of renal replacement therapy. So the idea is that when the kidneys stop functioning, part of that kidney function has to be picked up in terms of removing fluid and what I tend to call chemical cleaning of the blood. There's substances that build up in the blood as a result of eating and activity and metabolism that need to be cleared. And when the kidneys cease to do that, that can either be done through a machine that runs blood through a circuit and through a filter, an artificial filter, or with peritoneal dialysis by putting a glucose solution via a catheter in the peritoneal cavity. We use that peritoneal membrane that envelops the organs and lines the abdominal cavity as a filter, and that can do the same thing, remove fluid and provide chemical cleaning of the blood. If the person's training and they're going to go home, which is our goal for everybody if we can, then peritoneal dialysis, they'll come into the dialysis unit here and they'll spend about 2 weeks with their training nurse, and we usually try and involve a member of the family, whether it's a spouse or a partner or children or whatever, and those people get familiar with the training so they can support the person at home to do it. It's preferential because there's greater flexibility. They're not having to fit in with a fairly rigid schedule and limited capacity in a dialysis unit. It means that they get the frequency and the duration of dialysis, if we're talking about hemodialysis, that gives them a much better quality of dialysis. So in terms of how well they do, blood pressure control, weight control, clearances in terms of when we do blood tests and look at, well, what quality of dialysis are we getting here? It's been proven that that is the gold standard. And in fact, we've recently had a letter from one of our patients who's just gone onto the program, and she's couldn't be happier and wished in some ways that we'd been able to implement it a lot earlier, which is great feedback. Wonderful. It says that we've achieved what we've set out to achieve, and now we maintain that. It's going really well, and we're really pleased with how it's going. It's meant that people aren't being readmitted to the unit to sort out issues, and in fact people who have struggled to achieve one of the objectives of dialysis is to get to a certain weight and maintain that weight and try and not have the weight go up because fluid's accumulating in the body because the kidneys aren't removing it. And we're finding that they're doing better at home than they did here, where it was a limited schedule and, as I was saying earlier, inflexible. So the feedback I got today meeting with the staff was that one particular person, the latest person to go home on the program, is doing really, really well. And there was a degree of surprise in their voice because we knew there was going to be a challenge there, but in fact it gives us the capability to do more of what we need to do at home than we can do here, and so that's great.
So remember, to help avoid chronic kidney disease, exercise and eat healthy. It's a step in the right direction.